So coming off the back of Stewie's positivity, and look, at the end of the day, even if there's a strike or a lockout, it's still better for players and fans to stay relatively positive rather than just constantly attacking the league, attacking people, attacking the commissioner. None of that is actually productive. But I'm fully convinced the WNBPA genuinely believes that public pressure is productive. Like, they actually think if they keep pushing online, keep attacking, keep calling everything a slap in the face, that somehow the NBA owners are suddenly going to change their minds. And here's why that won't work. There are cheap WNBA owners, straight up, and those owners are not going to shut down the league over an extra $1 million per year in salary. That's not what they'll fight over. What they will fight over are all the extra incentives, better facilities, higher operating standards, higher travel costs, all of that stuff. Those extras cost way more than salaries in the long run, and that's what the cheap owners would veto first. There are also random investors involved in this league. People who don't care about public sentiment because nobody even knows who they are. They just don't want to keep burning money. They don't care about Twitter. They don't care about hashtags. They care about returns. And honestly, most owners probably just want this done. Just get a deal and move on. But it's not looking like that's where this is heading. And the players aren't helping themselves either. This whole, we love a proposal that values players too stuff, that's basically just saying this is a slap in the face. And at some point, that rhetoric becomes insane. The league already added like 10 different things the players asked for. They literally gave every player an extra $50K. And it's still this doesn't value us. So at what point do you actually send your own proposal? The league sent one. The ball is in the players' court. If you don't like it, send your version. Let the owners reject it. At least put something real on the table. But don't do what happened last time and just send the same proposal again, because that's pointless. And this is where Stewie, for all the good she's done, kind of contradicts herself. She goes on podcasts talking about, we need to put our business caps on. But then the messaging from players and from social media is absolute chaos. Now you've got people thinking Unrivaled wants to replace the WNBA. You've got Alex Bazell having to do damage control. You've got players openly saying they don't even want the WNBA anymore. It's carnage. And let's be honest, it's not the actual star players posting this stuff. It's the social media teams. And someone there needs to start vetoing these posts, because the league is already pissed off. And when you piss off the people you're negotiating with, they don't suddenly become more generous. They stop negotiating altogether. This idea that we'll just keep making them angry until they cave is insane. That's not how negotiations work. That's how talks completely collapse. The WNBA has lost money for years. And I'm sorry, but this has been some of the most unprofessional behavior I've ever seen in any sport. Having college degrees doesn't make you smart. It just means you survived college. I've taught in top programs. I've seen people in the top 1% who were basically clueless. Degrees mean nothing. Competence is what matters. And then you see stuff like the WNBPA sending a Valentine's message to the league. Like, what? You really think people in the league office saw that and didn't say, you gotta be kidding me? Meanwhile, Adam Silver is basically saying, yeah, it's a shame. The league has so much momentum. And that's exactly the scary part. Because we all know what happens if there's a real lockout. If the season starts a month late, fine. Nobody really cares. But if there's number 2026 season, it's over. The league is done. Players like Nneka Ogwumike will still be fine. They'll get TV jobs, media roles, whatever, but the league itself, gone. And all I keep asking is, what was the point of all this messaging? Who are you trying to impress? The hardcore Twitter crowd? The people attacking Caitlin Clark? The ones saying all fans came just for Alyssa Thomas? That's why the league is becoming a laughingstock. Not because players want more money. That's fine. I respect that. It's because of how it's being done. The representation is terrible. The communication is terrible. And the optics are a disaster. Individually, the players aren't the problem. Women's basketball isn't the problem. I love the sport. I make a living talking about it. But the way this is being handled, this is how leagues die. And in 20 years, People might genuinely look back and say the WNBA fumbled its golden era because it bet too hard on itself and burned everything down in the process.